As I went to break, Chris, I mean, the wagon circling is working right now. I mean, I think they're for real. I don't know if a lot of people would agree. The kid at quarterback can make some plays with his arm and his legs. John Brown is putting together a season that only people who own him in fantasy leagues, I think, are paying attention to. How viable do you think these Bills are, Chris?
Well, I think in the big picture, Rich, and if you look at every team, starting with New England, we don't have time to analyze the whole thing but everybody has some flaws. I mean, which is true all the time. But Buffalo's got a really nice defense, and I think that we started to see the turn. Not that if you score 20, you win all the games anymore. But we don't have a year like last year, Rich. It's 54-51, right? The Rams and the Chiefs,
right?
43-40, or 45-42. We'll have some of those, but the Super Bowl was kind of the kickoff of, bring your defense. That may count for a little more the next year. And I think we've seen a lot of that this year. So on that premise, Buffalo has a really nice defense. Do they have Bruce Smith at defensive end? No, but they have a really good team defense, which is Sean McDermott's forte anyway, and Leslie Frazier. So can they score in the 20s? That's the question for Buffalo, because they lost a game in which they gave up 19. They got 16 2 weeks ago to Cleveland. So can they score in the 20s? If so, then they're definitely viable, because, as you know, defense is portable, and, they're not going to win the division. They could, but so they'll be on the road for every game they play if they're lucky enough to make the playoffs, and defense is portable. In bad weather, it works. So in that way, yes, and if you look at, so New England and Baltimore, they're head and shoulders above everybody at the moment. The Chiefs sort things out. So if you look at just those two teams ahead, Buffalo bring in a defense, yeah, they can make some noise. Yes, I believe that.
Yeah, I know, and it looks like they may have to go. They could wind up, say, in Indianapolis or Houston for a wild card weekend playoff contest, or even Tennessee. And that one isn't out of the realm for Buffalo to actually win a playoff game for the first time in forever. And then one of your adopted NFC teams with the 49ers. They bring in their defense, too.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download The Rich Eisen Show app.